Shine Wild Pack, it's Bernadette, and I'm here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading for Saturday, June 5th, 2021. It is, y'all, after the crazy energies of last week and saving lives and saving this and saving that and everybody putting out fires all over the dang place because everybody's life was on fire last week. Homegirl got a good night's sleep, woke up this morning, had me some fresh iced tea, woo woo, communed in my backyard with my critters and all the craziness that's going on back there. Can't wait to show you the pictures. Should be able to do it next week. At least where it's at right, for now. It's always going to be more beautifuler, but I love it. So if you're new here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hope you like all the free content that I put out. And, for my longtime subscribers, mwah, 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 I love you too much. Never too much, just enough. Maybe not even enough, but I love you a lot. And I really do appreciate you. And so it's just a pleasure to bring you the reading today because you gotta have friends. And the craziest stuff came this morning. And I believe that's because Spirit took a look at the wild pack. They took a look at us all and went, they need some help. They need some go-go juice or something. Because I'm telling you, the energy is crazy. But when I was looking for, animals to come to me because this card is from my deck, the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. I was told to do like add-on packs where they had themes. So like there's a mom and baby theme, and there's a friends, family, and lovers theme. There's a mythological and prehistorical creatures, and then there's a mystery pack. You don't really know what you're going to get till you get it. And so, we looked through, I looked through over 60,000 pictures, y'all, to make this deck. And, so I saw this card. I busted out laughing. And these two little critters chuckled along with me, and they literally jumped in the card. I think this card was one of the, maybe the 10 fastest cards that Heidi, the artist, put together. And you can't even know what it took to put these cards together. I'm not an artist, but I art directed the shiitake mushrooms out of these cards because it was all channeled. I had to do what the spirit animals told me to do. So, but this card liked to put itself together. But here's why this makes me laugh, because, we've all got that friend. We've all got that friend that will climb on top of our head and be like, what are you laughing at? What's going on? We've all got that friend. And you might be that friend. I know I've been that friend 100,000 times, but I've also been the croc skink who's like, I'm looking for danger. I'm looking for danger. But you know what the crazy thing is the mantis who's on top of the head of the croc skink is actually a more stalwart animal critter as a little baby insect than this little croc skink is, because listen to this, y'all. When a croc skink gets scared, it's one of the few lizards that can actually make a sound that has, everything's got a throat chakra, right, in its own way, but it makes a sound like a bark. They're the cutest things ever. And they just always look like they're smiling. They got this big old bubble eyes. Let me tell you something. They have always looked like cartoons to me, and they look a lot like anime. They look a lot like anime to me. I just love them. And they're so curious. If you get them on your hand, they'll stare at you. But here's what they also will do. If you scare them, they will vomit. Well, they'll bark first, then they'll vomit, and then their tail will fall off. I'd have to read up on the science of that, but literally their tail, they can just eject their tail like they're ejecting out of a pilot seat of a plane, and then they flop over and they play dead. Oh, those poor little things. Now, a praying mantis will jump on you and try to eat your head off. So they are fierce. If y'all have never seen those videos of how mantis can tear it up, they can tow you up from the flow up. And if they could get their little jaws around your head, you would be toast. So they are just fearsome little things. And so it just cracks me up the way that these are, because this croc skink's like, okay, where do you want to go now? And the mantis is like, charge! And it just cracks me up. But here's the thing. So the message really today is not so much about the individual animals, as this really is one of the cards in the deck that just is what it is, and it is about friendship of all kinds. And so on this Saturday, you really, like, if y'all can hear, just take a minute. Let's just take a second, y'all. Just a second. And let's just think of whatever song just really means friendship to us. In my mind, just, I'm getting a soundbite from a lot of things. I've got, of course, Stevie Wonder, That's What Friends Are For. And then boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Because I love me some Motown, and that wasn't Motown time, but you get out, lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll be here all day singing that song. Don't get a couple beers in me at karaoke. That is never good. But then there's Queen. Oh my God, you're my best friend. Oh my God, I love that song. Oh my gosh, what else can we think of? You guys think of it. Oh, Garth. I'm a huge Garth Brooks fan because I got friends in low places. And y'all ain't never been. Y'all ain't never been to a bar till you've been to a honky tonk. And it's about midnight and all those drunk country people, because that'd be me, in my earlier days. And, cowboys and such and cowgirls are in there, and we all got our boots on and our tassels swinging to the moon and drinking cheap beer because, man, none of us could afford good beer. And, still sick off the crappy nachos that were in there. But, man, when Garth comes on about friends in low places, I love you, man. I love you. I just love you so much. It just reminds me of the best times. Now, this reading is not about me. It's about you. But realize, please, I hope that you know me by now. Those of you that are new, yes, I'm always like this. There's nothing in my system. I didn't wake and bake. I don't do that. And I didn't have morning margaritas. And, I'm not on meds of any kind. This truly, truly is how I am. And so, because I had to say, because this is what a full night's sleep does for Bernadette. I got an email last week from somebody. They're a drug counselor, and they can just see by how what my sense of humor is like, and they can just tell by my energy I might need a little bit of extra help. Y'all, it's okay. Y'all, don't send me emails like that. I know it was meant in the goodness of this person's heart. I truly do. But that's pretty dang presumptuous, and number one and number two. There are people that are just as happy and jolly all the time. I'm one of them. My sister's one of them. Every one of my good friends are like this, right? It didn't mean we can't go down into the pit, but we are like this. Like, life's a big party to us. So anyway, and I joke, I don't want to mislead y'all. I joke around a lot about drinking and waking and baking and all that kind of stuff. Y'all, if you drew my blood, you'd be like, how does she even know about all that stuff? I got the purest blood on the planet. But I do joke about it. And in my younger days, I could throw back some tequila and some beer. That's a fact. That is a fact. So anyway, but let me get back to the point. So when I sat with Croc, Skink, and Mantis this morning, they were just like, it is what it is. And sometimes messages really are what they are, but in the most robust, biggest, fabulous way you can think of, which is, even if you're not friends with someone now, maybe, people have, I had a best friend in high school and through, college and whatnot, well, what little college I went to, and we just knew we were going to be BFFs forever. And then, she got married and had kids, and I went out to Hollywood, and life happens, and we love each other still as dearly. I hadn't talked in years, but I know if I picked up the phone and called her, and she, we'll Facebook each other every now and again, we would be right there for each other no matter what. And did we go on some shenanigans in little old Dunellen, Florida, as with her 1962 Mustang, and that leaked gas and gave us a headache when we rode in it, but dang it was a Mustang and it was a car. And, and they would sell miners beer back then because, it was Dunellen. They just needed, drunk fishermen only can buy so much. And then you need the kids who really want the beer, who have their parents' money. And then, that's how you really made your money as a small town convenience store back then, or a bait. We used to get it at the bait and tackle shop. So, I really am country, y'all. I know people think I'm joking about it, but I'm not. I am country as corn, meaning I grew up country as corn. So in the country, like the corn. My mom didn't let me keep going with the reading. Anyway, so this reading is for y'all to really just sit sometime today or over the weekend and just reminisce about some of the best times you've ever had with your best friends. And then you reminisce. Maybe you still have these friends in your life. You had these friends in your life. I'm so sorry, and my love to you if they've passed away, or whatever. But maybe it's for the friends that you have now, and it really is just a call for you to just, I don't know, just spend some time with them and go on some shenanigans and just do stuff to be young and free and carefree and stupid stuff like, I don't know, whatever's crazy to y'all. When my sister and I want to giggle, we'll sneak egg rolls into a movie theater. Well, when movie theaters were still open, because we used to do that as a kid. It was a big it was high cotton when my mom could afford to send us to a movie and us to stop at the one Chinese store, one Chinese food place in Ocala, Florida, and get us some Chinese, get us some egg rolls and go in there. And, they'd come in there, they'd be like, and they'd walk, you have food? No. You have food? No. No one, do you have any idea what egg rolls smell like in a movie theater? You don't have to be a bloodhound to be able to locate that smell in my sister's big purse. But anyway, we still do it today just to have fun. But, and you know what? If movie theaters carried egg rolls or decent egg rolls, we'd buy them there. We would. With those $9.50 big Coke ices, we would. But anyway, it's just that kind of thing that you're really being called to think about because, listen, I don't care what a loner you are. I'm a loner. There's a reason people call me Bernadette. I stay in my cave most of the time. But on those times that, you want to come out or you want to hang with your friends and you just want to love and you just want to laugh and you just want to have a good time, Croc, Skink, and Mantis are here to tell you, do that. Just figure it out and do that. And, think about which friend are you? It's like, are you the sidekick that's always, doing the crazy stuff and the other one plays the straight person? Or, are they the joke maker and you're the straight guy? Straight man in comedy. You guys have heard that term before. And, just go yuck it up. Honest to goodness, that is literally the only message of today, but it's a big message. Because when was the last time your heart was that full? When was the last time you laughed that hard? When was the last time you just did stuff just to be silly, just to have a good time? I hope that's you every day in every way, but if it's not, you better get to it. Because here's what you don't want in your life. You do not want a croc skink trying to find you, bark at you, vomit at you, shake its tail off at you, and then roll over and play dead. You don't want that in your life. You do not want that in your life. And you definitely don't want a mantis in your life. I feel pretty certain that's the comic of the bunch, and the mantis is the straight guy, right? You get it. It's like the Odd Couple. You probably have thought of that by now. But if you also have, I have some people in my life. The guy that's helping me in my backyard, well, who am I kidding? He's doing my whole backyard. It's not like I'm out there lifting and hoisting and digging and and so he was able to successfully move a mature angel trumpet tree that I had. And I about fell to my knees and cried, y'all, because here's the story behind that angel trumpet tree. So when I was like laid up in bed on death watch in 2019, my sister brings me over a couple of angel trumpets that she had cut from one of her angel trumpet trees. I just love these things. If you've never seen them, they've got flowers like that big. They come in lots of colors, but my favorite, those fuchsia, those hot pink ones. So she brought me a couple from her tree, and she brought them in the house, and I just looked at her from the bed, and I'm like, what are those for? Well, I brought you over some angel trumpet trees. And I said, what, to grow in my bedroom? I said, okay, well, okay. I'll get around to it when I get around to it. Anyway, I'm telling you, she knew what she was doing. I have a thing. I don't know what it is, but if somebody gives me a living plant, I go absolutely neurotic, obsessive, compulsive about keeping it alive. There is something so, it's like when people give me handmade stuff. I got boxes and boxes of stuff that through the years people have given me, and I just can't let it go because they made it with their own two hands, right? In their own heart. I just can't let it go. So I did everything I could to keep those things alive. I'd hobble out and water those things. They really, along with a lot of other things, saved my life, which by extension, my sister saved my life, which by extension, if you knew the whole story, you would know how true that actually really is. And so um, you may have that whole, wind beneath your wings kind of thing, like Bette Midler. People joke about that movie, that it's such a chick flick, it's all this and that and whatever. Um, but that may be it. You may have that person that it's just time to, I don't know, pay homage to, just give an extra hug or an extra kiss to, because, and now I'm like, I'm doing the Jackson 5. I'll be there. I'm like, I'm doing the dance things and everything here in my chair. And, I even got some Hanson, I'll come to you, or I'll come to you, or whatever that song is in my head. And, oh my God, do you guys, I sang this at a, I had some friends of mine fly into California. They came from Florida once, two gentlemen. And they got they got off. They got off the plane and they were coming down, and I busted into that Thin Lizzy song. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. These two are the most. Don't want anybody to pay attention to me. Want to fly, and the attention that caused, and then the spotlight. They were so mad. They were so mad. But anyway, play a joke on your friend. If someone's been real good to you and saved your life, or just helped you through a tough time, honor them. Cherish them in some extra way, give them extra love, just go on some shenanigans. I know I've repeated myself a couple of times in this, but Spirit really wants you to hear this, because it's really easy to hear these things and get all jazzed for the moment and then be like, yeah, I'll get to it later, and then you never do. Don't do that. There's something very important about best friends for you in particular this weekend, and you will ultimately find that it is very important to them. You may not know why yet, but you will find out. So I love you all. Every one of y'all are my best friends, and every one of you guys, and I mean that sincerely. I'm not joking. If I could get to meet every single one of you and give you a big mama bear hug, I would do it. I don't care how long it would take. I would stand there and I would do it until we were all just hugged out. So I hope that's helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the ringy dingy bell so you get the notifications. But you definitely have to get on over to wildpackwisdom.com/forums, because they're my forums. There's no social media shenanigans over there. Just lots of fun, lots of people supporting each other and having a good time and talking about anything they want to talk about without the fear of having it be in the public eye and be ostracized or be made fun of, or, any of the things, shadow banning, all that kind of thing social media does. But the most important thing is to what? To do good for animals, including your best friend and yourself, and stay wild.